Welcome, everybody, once again to this ChannelVision podcast. And joining us right now, a very special guest, our good friends at National Retail Solutions. We have Elie Y. Katz. The Y is for yes, of course. Yes, we're excited to have him, the president and CEO of the company. How you doing, Elie?
I'm doing great. Thank you so much for having me.
And today we're going to be discussing specifically why you shouldn't be leaving money on the table, and of course exploring different options to prevent that from happening. Elie, if we could start out, maybe tell us a little bit about yourself, your personal history, current experience in the independent retail sector.
So I am happens to be a small business owner. I've owned several retail operations over the last 20 years into the teens. So I'm very familiar with the pain points that a independent retail owner has. You know, the cash flow issues, the purchasing, the lack of time during the day to do everything that's needed, the focusing on what's in front of me as far as the problem and not looking beyond as far as solutions. So I fully get it. So with that, NRS, National Retail Solutions, created a whole suite of products to address this independent, convenient liquor, tobacco store world, but also now even beyond the small business community on giving them different tools in the toolbox to be successful.
What was it exactly that kind of led to you founding National Retail Solutions, NRS, especially with its powerful mission statement?
So my boss is the CEO of IDT. IDT is our parent company, and it's basically since 1994 has been selling telecom products in these independent convenience stores around the country. And he called me into his office one day with the chairman of the company. He said, "Listen, 80% of our telecom products are being sold in these independent convenience store world, liquor store world, tobacco store, while 20% is being sold in the brick and mortar chain stores, big box stores. So, and we need to give these independents tools to be able to compete. They have no visibility in what's going on in their stores. They didn't have the what we know today as the point of sale register. They had more of the old cash register that you'd pick up like at a Costco or at a Staples, or a lot of them, believe it or not, and still today even had, like shoe boxes or the cigar boxes, and they would open it up and take out the cash and give them a change, and that's how they transacted business. And they were really stuck in their stores without any insight, without any information on how to run their business, on what they're selling, how much are they selling it for, how many of them are they selling it for, their inventory levels. And they certainly had no ability to compete against the chain brick and mortar stores that we know, as far as convenience stores that have, loyalty, rewards, couponing, inventory, and everything in between. So that was the impetus to try to give these tools to these independents, not just to compete, but to level the playing field.
And of course, the resources that you guys provide, Elie, have been absolutely huge for the independents out there, the moms and pops and all that jazz. Could you talk a little bit about the NRS family of products and services that are available?
Yeah. So the first product that we created was this point of sale register specifically for the independent convenient liquor tobacco shop. That was the we felt was the most important to be able to address some of those items of concern of competing against the big box or the brick and mortar or the chain stores. So that gave those merchants instantly the ability to know what inventory they had, B, know how much they were selling, how many of them they were selling, and how much they were selling it for. And then it also gave them the ability to cut the umbilical cord, because there's not such a robust amount of employees at these independent convenience stores. If you think about your corner grocery, or your bodega, your tienda, your local convenience store, what 99-cent shop, whatever you want to call it, there's not like a lot of people behind the counter, and it's very hard as the owner to leave if they're not there giving guidance on pricing. So the point of sale register basically now took those 3,000 to 4,000 SKUs that were in that store, put it in the register, made it so it's easy to scan, so anyone could be hired that day and really leave the owner could leave the store. And by the way, I'm speaking from experience because I go around the country, right? We're now in every single state. We have over 30,000 locations with our point of sale register. That's how well adopted it is. It's such a great machine, such a powerful machine. And I go in sometimes to do videos to talk to the owner or talk to the person behind the counter. How do you like it? What could I do different? Keep my finger on the pulse of our community. And there's sometimes I walk in and I just started today. I'm like, I'm sorry. The owner of this store, right, who made a huge investment, who's got probably about, I don't know, $20,000 to $50,000 worth of inventory, left you behind a counter by yourself today? Okay, that's a judgment call on their part, but how do you know all the items and the prices? It's very simple, because they have the world's greatest point of sale register from nrsplus.com, the National Retail Solutions point of sale register, and that is why the owner feels comfortable and confident to leave an employee behind the counter, knowing that that register is going to be the crutch, the guide, the helper for whoever he or she is left behind the counter.
Oh, fantastic. Let's shift away from the end user for a second and talk specifically about the channel. Elie, I'm wondering, how can a reseller increase their revenue pipeline by joining the NRS channel sales team?
So that's a great question. And it's really why I have such a great relationship with your organization and your company, because you have people that have relationships with these small businesses, whatever that small business is, whether they're selling a telecom product, or whether they're selling a financial service product, or whether they're selling a point of sale, etc. They have these relationships. We focused the last few minutes on the convenience stores, but there's other different independents, and there's other different, there's 31 million small businesses in America, right? I think that's the statistic that's out there.
Wow.
There's 31 million small businesses, and they all have different needs. So if you need payroll, well, come to National Retail Solutions and resell our payroll, and then you make money. You already have a relationship. That's the hardest part, is building relationships, right? Let's be real. Business is about relationships. I could choose to buy a phone system from you or from a different company, but I choose you because of the service you give me, the friendliness you give me, the warmth feeling I get when I'm speaking to you. And that's a relationship that you built. So if you already have that trust, if you already have that if you already have that relationship, why not see what other tools or what other solutions you could sell or give this owner, and you make money, right? And then you don't have to learn. It's not like every one of my products is a big study. You don't have to learn everything about how to do it. We make it so easy at National Retail Solutions. Cash advance. Who doesn't need cash? Who doesn't need money? I mentioned in the beginning how I used to have retail locations, and I still, by the way, do have a few retail locations. My inventory is in the freezer. My inventory is on the shelf. My inventory is in bags and in dry goods. So now I still have to pay my utilities. I still have to pay my employees. I still have to pay my rent. I want to expand maybe. So I need cash fast. I can go to the bank and fill out, one of those long, who knows how long, and in requesting paperwork for a loan, or which, the interest rates are not so great these days. Or I can say, you know what? I'm going to get a cash advance. Cash advance is based on my receivables. It's not a loan. It's a cash advance, exactly what it says. And It's an advance based on your receivables, and I can get money fast, and then I could start affording to pay my employees or expand my business or buy a piece of equipment. So you have resellers that are listening today, and they say, you know what? I have many different companies that I sell to. I have many different relationships. And whether it's a dentist office or a tow truck company, they all need money. Let me offer them the National Retail Solutions cash advance product, and then I can make some money. Even though they're taking my telecom product, now I can say, hey, and the nice thing about NRS is we're not a fly-by-night company. We have been around, part of our parent company, since, like I said, in early 90s. So, people trust us, and we're not going to lose that trust for a couple of dollars. So we make sure to give the best products, whatever it is that you want to resell, at the most affordable price. Payroll, cash advance, credit card processing. Who doesn't need credit card processing? And you don't have to learn all the intimate details of the credit card processing. I've been doing it now myself personally with National Retail Solutions for 5-6 years. I'm still not considered the best, knowledgeable in the credit card processing industry, but I understand the basics. The basics are, don't get ripped off by your credit card processor. Most of these credit card processors promise you low, save, no, and then they end up locking you into contracts, and they lock you into long-term agreements. They lock you into high equipment fees. That's not what National Retail Solutions does. We have no long-term contract. We have no hidden fees. We have a clean rate. We've got free equipment. So if you don't feel that National Retail Solutions is saving you money, take the machine, put it in a box, send it back, and what did you lose? And that's what the resellers that are listening to you today can do. They could talk to their relationships and say, hey, I know you never really looked at your credit card statement because your neighbor who's in the credit card business promised you that they're giving you the best. Let me have your statement. I just want to see. Let me just give it to my partner at National Retail Solutions. We're hooked up with this great company at nrspay.com. And there, they can take their relationships and make money every month. Residual.
Could you talk about some of the benefits of NRS's distributors program in particular?
Yeah, so the benefits are as follows. We have a few different programs, and I don't know if you're going to ask me this next, but I'll wrap them all together. You could be a distributor for us, right? You could say, listen, and it doesn't matter, by the way, people should not get scared, right? Distributor does not mean you need 36 employees. You could be the employee of one and knock on doors. Like, we all go to the dentists, we all go to the doctors, we all go to mechanics, we all go shopping into convenience stores. I went to 2 convenience stores yesterday with my daughter to get some coffee. I'm a big hazelnut coffee nut sometimes. And each time I walked in, I saw an antiquated register or I saw a credit card processing unit, which I am very familiar with, that I know their fees are very high. And I simply just said, hey, this is my name. I'm not a salesperson. This is my card. You should call about the credit card processing because you are getting ripped off. I mean, I don't want to be the one to, give you that reality check as a store owner. And by the way, your coffee is delicious. So, you can be a small independent, just, has a bunch of relationships selling whatever product you are, and you add our NRS Pay credit card processing and your distributor. Or, you know what I have? I've got a lot of housewives. I've got a lot of people around the country that go into stores and they're like, you know what? I'm not even going to try to fill out an application. I'm not even going to try to get registered. All I'm going to do is I spoke to the convenience store. I spoke to, Mary Hicks behind the counter. She indicated to me she wants to try NRS Pay. I filled out the form at nrsplus.com/refer. I put in the information and boom, mailbox money. NRS sold the account and I got a money sent to me. So there's 2 different relationships you can do. You can be a distributor. You can be a referral partner.
Big fan of that Mary Hicks, by the way. Any Hicks is really,
I hear great things about Mary Hicks.
she's tremendous. So walk me through the process real quick. How can a reseller apply?
Very easy. Just go to sellnrs.com. That's it. Sellnrs.com. sellnrs.com. Go there. And if they can't find us there, they can go onto our nrsplus.com website. By the way, I have on the tippy bottom a contact the CEO, and anyone can send me any messages they want. I follow up with that personally, or someone from my inside circle works with me together to try to address anything that's sent to me. But it's that easy. Sellnrs.com. They can see all the different products that we offer. And like I said, don't be afraid to go out of the box. It's so important that it's so important that anyone who's reselling, distributor, a channel, that they continue to grow their suite of products, because one may dry and another is there. One may all of a sudden wake up with a new competition and the other is there. And I have a lot of those. I have a lot of people that started that they were selling telecom, selling pinless, selling different products, and now their main products are NRS suite of products that I was telling you about: credit card processing, point of sale register, cash advance, payroll, gas stations, whatever it is that we sell. We have a whole bunch of great products.
It sounds amazing. You really do make it sound great, Elie. I just want to just kind of clarify for people. So you can be all set up and you can be selling how quickly?
With the answer is you can be a referral right now. Anytime you walk into any store, go to nrsplus.com/refer, REFER, very easy. Or you can be a distributor when you go to sellnrs.com. Usually within 24 hours, you just have to submit the paperwork. It's not so difficult. And then we train you so that you understand what it is that you're selling, how to fill out the application. But that you can be, very, very quick.
All right. It sounds very streamlined, Elie.
We try. We make things easy, just like our products. We make it very easy to use, whether you're the end user or the actual distributor or reseller of our products. User-friendly is something that we strive and pride ourselves on.
So there you go. Thank you so much for the time.
Thank you very much for having me, as always. Really appreciate it.
And while you guys are visiting sellnrs.com and, of course, checking all the great stuff that National Retail Solutions has available and all the opportunities for you, be sure to also visit channelvisionmag.com. On there you can find archived versions of podcasts and CVTVs and webinars and other great content right there on demand on the website, channelvisionmag.com. On behalf of National Retail Solutions, our good friend Elie Y. Katz, this has been Channel Vision Podcast. Everybody take care.
Thank you very much.